of mine, and she's going to share with us the importance of yoga. You know, yoga's been around for a long time, but it has really caught on fire now. And so many people are doing it, from little kids up to senior adults doing it. Thank you for joining me today, Shannon.
Thank you for having me.
I am so glad you're here because I've always wanted to have someone young and vibrant on my show to share with us about yoga. Now, we all know that yoga's been around for a very long time. Mm-hmm. About how long have people been doing yoga?
I mean, it's been around for 5,000 years, and it can trace back to 10,000.
Wow.
It's rich in culture.
So, how did you get started doing yoga?
10 years ago, I suffered from depression and anxiety. And someone offered some classes for me. It was a 30-day trial basis. So I decided to take it. And immediately, at first, I will be honest, I will say that I did not like my first yoga class. But when I went home, something changed. And so I decided to keep going and keep going and keep going. And I noticed that I began to change. My mind began to think differently. I began to be more conscious about what I was eating. And a long story short, I stopped biting my fingernails.
That's good.
Yeah.
So it is true that yoga, the objective of it is to help you with your mind, body, and spirit?
That's true.
So it really works for you.
It does. It did. And it does continue to be my medicine.
So whenever you shared that you were a little depressed and you started doing yoga, why is the act of meditation so important for us?
The act of meditation is the antidote to help you from depression. What it does is it allows you to separate yourself from worldly things and allows you to focus on you. And it also opens up your heart. So that's the best way to get into your heart is through meditation.
You know, when I think about yoga, and I've seen people doing it, I've even tried it, believe it or not. It's not quite there with me yet, but I'm going to get there. Why do people think that you need to be really flexible to do it? Do you have to be flexible to do it?
No, not at all. It's so funny. That's the reason why you go to yoga. It's to practice flexibility. And it's so funny that most students come to my class and it's the first thing they'll say is, I'm not flexible enough. But then when they start practicing it, they realize that they're more flexible than they pretty much gave themselves credit for. So it's so funny.
Let me ask you this. If a person decided to attend a yoga class, what type of changes do you think they'll start seeing?
Well, the practice of yoga is everyone is going to receive it differently. It may be instantaneously or it may take a while. Me personally, when I was practicing it, like I said before, I'm a nail biter. And then I realized that my nails started growing. And then I realized that the reason why my nails was growing because I was curing myself from anxiety. So there you have it. It takes some time. Some people will see it immediately. Some people won't.
You know what, Shannon?
Take some time.
Let's take a short break. And when we come back, I have just a few more questions for you. Okay?
All right.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all working with United Way for a million little reasons. The kids of our communities. To ensure their academic success all the way to graduation day. You see, it takes about 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a kid becoming one or the other could be a professional athlete or it could be you. Studies showed the earlier we get to kids, the better their chances. So become a United Way volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor, and make a difference in the life of a child, for the life of that child.
Give.
Advocate.
Volunteer. Live United. Join your favorite NFL players. Take the pledge. Go to unitedway.org.
G-Morning, sunshine. Wakey, wakey. You up? What'd you dream about? Me? JK.
Text me back.
I'll keep texting till you wake up. Are your parents home later?
Is this something I did?
Exclamation point,
We're in a huge
question
fight
mark?
right
This
now.
isn't a joke.
Hello?
Text me.
Hi, welcome back to Betty. I'm your host, Cynthia Thompson. I'm here with Shannon, and we are discussing yoga and how important it is for us. Now, before we went on a break, you shared with us that you started yoga because you were a little depressed. So that leads into my next question. What are the advantages of doing yoga for our mental health? And I think you already answered that for us.
Yeah, once again, it's so good to be attached to ourselves and be de-attached to worldly things. Not our to-do list, not our roles as mothers, fathers, whatever our roles may be, our to-do list. It's good to separate ourselves from that and to be aware of our own self. And I'm a strong believer, if you don't take care of yourself, how can you take care of all those other things?
That is so, so true. You have to be in a good place yourself.
Exactly.
Now, we have a lot of celebrities that are doing yoga right now, and it's starting to bring some awareness to folks in the Black community that maybe we should try this. Do you think that that's why the people in the Black community are starting to do yoga now?
I think that we have pretty much been doing yoga for a very long time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in different regions of the world, of course. But social media, magazines, I think we're becoming more conscious of our bodies, what we eat, and our overall health. So we are becoming more aware of what yoga does for us. So I think it's growing.
So tell me this. I know I can only speak for myself, and I'm not exactly a size 2. I'm somewhat curvy. Do you find more curvy women wanting to do yoga, or are they afraid to try it?
I think once the ego takes place sometimes, we think everyone's supposed to be perfect, whether or not if it's yoga or jobs, being a parent, being a wife, being a mother. We always want to be perfect. And that's the reason why I teach, because I don't look like your average yoga instructor. I'm very tall. I'm not skinny. But it's people that look like me. So that's one of the reasons why I teach yoga.
And you know, I understand that yoga is good for some of the health conditions that people in the Black community suffer from a lot, like high blood pressure, mental health, heart disease, stress. How does yoga help us with those things?
Yoga does a lot. It helps you to release stress and tension. A lot of people have come to me celebrating and overjoyed because not only has yoga helped them physically, but they have been able to reduce some of their medications, or some people are off their medication. So it works.
It does work.
It works.
And it keeps us calm, too.
And it keeps us calm.
So tell me, Shannon, you've been doing this for a very long time. What do you think the future of yoga is going to be here in the United States or even worldwide?
I don't think it's a fad. Once again, it's been here for a very long time. And like I said, it can trace back from 10,000 years from now. I don't think it's going anywhere. It's going to continue to grow. It's very old, and it's rich in so much cultures. So yoga is here to stay.
Well, Shannon, I understand you have a few friends with you today.
Yes.
So we're going to take a long break.
Okay.
And clear the set and bring them out, and you can show us a couple of yoga moves, okay?
Perfect.
All right.
Oh, those boys are much too much. Those boys are much too much. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We got the spirit. We're hot. We can't be stopped. We're going to beat them and bust them.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
Let's get a little bit rowdy. R-O-W-D-Y.
Take time to be a dad today. Call or visit fatherhood.gov to learn more.
I wouldn't have been at this ceremony if I hadn't been at this ceremony first. Unfortunately, nearly 30% of U.S. high school students aren't making it to graduation. And every one of us, every parent, every friend, and neighbor, has the responsibility to provide the support and encouragement they need to make it through. Because we all need to see a lot more of these pictures.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Welcome back to Better You. And Shannon, thank you so much for allowing us to take a long break so we can set up so that you can share some simple yoga moves with my viewers today. I'm going to step out of the way so that you can get started with your class, okay?
Perfect. To release our day, I want you to draw your bottom to heels and extend your arms to the top of the mat. And I want you to begin to be very aware of your breath and how your body is feeling. And allow yourself to let go of your day and learn and practice to relax. As you inhale, you exhale and draw your chest closer towards the mat, drawing your tailbone towards your heels and allowing yourself to relax. Allowing some time to surrender and find some quiet time for you. Allowing yourself to be in the here and in the now. Child's pose is always a good pose to come to release your day and also release some stress. So begin to walk your arms over to the right. And as you inhale, you exhale, you begin to draw that left shoulder down. Begin to come to center. Take an inhale through the nose and exhale out of the mouth. And begin to make your way over to the left. Walk your hands all the way over. And as you inhale, you exhale and draw your right shoulder down. And notice the difference between this side and the other. Now allow your hands to walk right back through center and allow yourself to come into this pose a little deeper. As you begin to wiggle your torso in between your thighs, hearing your breath and feeling your breath. Then allow yourself to come into a tabletop position, aligning shoulders and hands, hips and knees. And we're going to move through some cat-cow movements. As you inhale, drop your belly, gaze up. Raise your tailbone. And exhale, tuck your chin and round the spine. Now with yoga, you allow yourself to move through your cat-cow movements, finding freedom in your body, and allow your body to begin to communicate to you, and you listen to it. As you begin to find your true, authentic self, Maybe you move your shoulders and your hips, whatever makes sense to you. Just following your breath. And in this cat-cow, I want you to begin to practice your pranayama. Begin to inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Some more rounds of this. And begin to allow your breath to become your navigation as you move with your breath. Hearing your breath and flowing with your breath. And then I want you to spread your fingers wide. Tap into the L shape of your index and thumb. Find stillness. And I want you to tuck your toes and find downward facing dog. And I want you to draw your heels closer towards the mat. And begin to gaze towards your belly button and thighs. Hold in here. And as you draw the pit of the belly in and up, you begin to raise your tailbone even higher. And then I want you to look between your hands to see where you're going and step right to the top. Take an inhale halfway, nice flat back, and exhale, fold into your ragdoll. And ragdoll is a perfect pose to help with anxiety and depression. So anytime you have the time to come into this pose, do so. Again, as you inhale, you exhale and allow your head to drop even more. Dangling anything or removing anything that weighs heavy on your shoulders. Take an inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. And inhale all the way up to standing. Extend the arms to touch. And exhale, swan dive all the way down. Perfect, guys. Another inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Beautiful. Inhale all the way up to standing. Hands to touch. And stay. And begin to shift your hips forward. Find a nice little back bend that feels good for your lower spine, especially if you sat in your chair all day. And exhale, swan dive all the way down. Step back to your plank, the plank that feels good for your body. You can drop down to your knees if you choose. But take an inhale, exhale, lower yourself down. Allow your arms to graze your side body. And inhale to your cobra, shoulders away from your ears. And exhale to downward facing dog and breathe. As you inhale through the nose, you exhale and release out of the mouth. Again, inhale and exhale. We're going to do that one more time. Look between your hands to see where you're going. Step or hop back to the top of your mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. And inhale all the way up to standing. Now exhale your hands to heart with your eyes closed. In your yoga practice, it's for physical, mental, and whatever you want it to be. So set your attention for your practice individually. Open up your eyes, be aware of your body, and inhale your arms up. And exhale, swan dive all the way down. Again, step back to your plank, because this is your practice. Take an inhale and exhale, chaturanga, dandasana. Inhale to your back bend, the one that feels good for your lower back, and exhale to downward facing dog. And breathe. Now I want you to lift your right leg high. And as you inhale, you lift higher, and we're going to step your right foot in between your hands. Drop down to that left knee and uncurl the toes and inhale your arms up. As you listen to your body, you decide whether or not you want this to be for your hips or for your lower back, your choice. And breathe in and out as you drop those shoulders. This is really good for runners or anyone that has tension in their hips. So as you reach forward to frame your right foot, I want you to find downward facing dog and begin to move that right hip. Get the blood flow running there. Good job, yogis. Now lift your left leg high towards the sky. And again, as you inhale, lift higher. Now step your left foot through. Drop down to your right knee, uncurl the toes, and inhale your arms up. And you begin to notice that this side of your body is different. And as you inhale, you exhale, and you take air to whatever you need to, whether it's your hips, your lower back, or your legs. Good job, guys. Now shift forward to frame your left foot. Step back to downward facing dog. And we're going to walk this out gently, bending one knee at a time. Now, yogis, look between your hands, see where you're going. Step, hop, or float to the top. Your choice. And take an inhale halfway. And exhale, fold. Now, allow your big toes to come together, your knees. And I want all of you to inhale to your chair. Relaxing your shoulders. Take an inhale, exhale, sink deeper. Another inhale, and just exhale, find ragdoll. And again, you can find your arms. Maybe you find a bind behind your back. But once again, I want you to listen to what your body needs and not worry about what's next, but just learning to be in the now. A couple of more breaths here. Relaxing. And allowing your breath to soothe you. Release your bind. Take an inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Step or hop back to your plank. Take an inhale, lower yourself down through your chaturanga and find your back bend and downward facing dog. Moving at your own pace, because that's what it's all about, following your own breath. Now I want you to lift your right leg high towards the sky and step your right foot to crescent or Anjane Asana. You're going to be on the balls of your left toes. And you can choose to keep your left leg straight, or you can always drop down to your knee. Your choice. Drop those shoulders. Now open out to warrior two and gaze right over your right middle finger. Perfect, guys. Peaceful warrior. Left hand down, right arm towards the sky. Keep lunging in. Feel the stretch there. Side angle, right hand down, left arm towards the sky. And you can choose to always use blocks. You can come down to your knee. You can find the position that feels good for you. Now, straighten your right leg. Find peaceful warrior. Find peaceful warrior. Good job. Now allow your hands to come into a T position. Hinging at the hips, find triangle. Trikonasana. Right hand down, left arm towards the sky. And you should feel this all over the body. This is one of my favorite poses. Take a big inhale, come all the way up to standing and pivot your right toes to center. Take your hands to your lower back. Again. Begin to press your hips forward, gaze up. Find a nice little stretch there for your back. Our back is our fountain of youth. If we keep it nice and strong, the more and more we allow ourselves to practice our yoga. So take an inhale and exhale, fold right over your legs. And place your hands again wherever you feel the need to. You can bend your knees. You can find any variation you like. Remember, yoga should always be your practice.
Wow, Sharon, I really enjoyed watching you with your students doing the yoga positions. I think that I can even do that. If my viewers wanted to contact you to catch you in a class, how can they reach out to you?
You can reach out to me, bloomingspirits101@gmail.com.
And I want to thank you so much for being on my show today.
Thank you.
You know what? I think I'm going to try a yoga class.
You should.
And I want to thank each and every one of you for watching my show, A Better You, here on Public Access 21 every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Thank you so much.